indeed all about what we consume. Okumu Stacy, Maai Mahiu Girls School. You guys are very vigorous. You have got ideas, but you're so contradicting. First, you agree that, like, when we implement the use of genetically modified seeds, there will be unemployment. And you're saying that these unemployed people are going to work in the industries. But let me ask you, how many industries are we having? And how many people are working in these pesticides industries? Are you going to allocate them in all these industries you're talking about? Are there enough institutions where you're going to accommodate all the people, those who are selling the pesticides, those who are manufacturing the pesticides, and those who are coming up with the pesticides? Another thing is that means more research. Are there funds for more research? Do we have the money to do more research? And then stronger antibiotics still weaken our immunity. As we go further, according to the research that was carried out by the Ministry of Health, when we look at diseases such as arthritis, cancer, and so forth of diseases, they are very common in places such as town more than rural areas. Also, in countries that are more developed compared to the developing countries. And what is the reason of this? It is the kind of food that we are consuming. And this is one of the reasons why my grandmother cannot take these inorganic foods, because she knows that they will interfere with her health. And she was also treated with pressure. And what did the doctor say? Do not consume inorganic food. Only strictly stick on sorghum maize. And this sorghum maize shouldn't have chemicals. Even doctors do appreciate the effect that these seeds have on our health. Another thing, you are talking about food production. And we all acknowledge that increase in food production leads to increase in population. And you're saying that increase in population leads to increase in manpower. Am I right? But then, do you have enough resources of employment where you can apply the manpower that you're having? What is the need to have food, yet you can't pay your rent because you're lacking a very stable source of income? Will I have to sleep outside because I want to eat food? No way. And also, an increase in food production when we produce a lot of food, we'll consume some and we'll have to export them. When we export this food, some countries have banned the importation of genetically modified foods. And these genetically modified foods are coming from genetically modified seeds. An example of such a country is the US, we have a country which is in the organization of the UN, which banned the importation of genetically modified foods. So what's the need? We can't consume all the foods. So why should we propagate the food? Why, as a people, we can't consume them? Will we store them? In the first place, as a developing nation, we don't have the facilities to store such amount of foods. The last year, the NCBA reported cases of about maize that has gone lost in the cereal bowl. So, if right now we don't have sufficient food and there is maize that is rotting in the stores, what about this food that you're talking about, which can't be accepted by some of the nation? Where will we store them? Will we let them to rot? We are still going on losses. Another thing is that they interfere with biodiversity. We have organisms in the soil which really help in agriculture. And so I strongly propose the motion that we should ban the use of genetically modified seeds.
And creation of revenue and the whole this concept of money. Yet you forget that this same money is useless if you do not have your health. They say health is wealth once again. But have you considered a rich man who once threw millions in a hospital veranda because his disease was so unable to treat. He was going to die in a few days. Where will the money go? Now, my my fellow opponents have just clarified on the points that I gave out. These seeds, we've not said that they are the causes of allergies. See, these allergies caused by GMOs are more severe than the one caused by natural seeds. So the only solution that you are giving to allergies it depends on one's immune system, and the solution that is there is to avoid the foods that you are allergic to. So generally, why are we supporting the banning of GMO seeds? We are looking about our health. There is no use to have an economic stable country with no enough population to consume the available resources. For instance, we will have industries which are developed to manufacture things, but the source of employment, if the population decreases due to these diseases caused by GMOs, where will the labor come from? At first, I cannot concentrate on my studies to build on my future or career if I have a weak body. That's a fact. And another point that I would wish to emphasize on is about unemployment. We have learned people in Kenya who are still tarmacking on the issue of jobs. These people who will be fired, my fellow opponent just asked, do you have enough institutions to bring these people who will be removed from these institutions about manufacturing fertilizers, and do you have enough industries to fix them? Do you have enough job opportunities to put them in? Yeah, and these unemployed people are the ones who cause the crimes that we see, because an idle mind is clearly a devil's workshop. So there is no use having a large source of maybe income or supporting GMOs without these opportunities to fix the unemployed, without these opportunities to have the skilled laborers, and risking our health above all. And with those remarks, I rest my case. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't need to mention this. You have a TV, you have access to the internet. You know the theft that goes on in this country. But yet, what will the World Bank do? They'll still loan us money. Next, independent anti-corruption bodies are also to blame. Independent anti-corruption bodies are only there for one purpose, one sole purpose: make sure that any form of corruption is not happening. Make sure that the people's money is not being stolen. Make sure that the common money, your taxpayers' money is not being misused. And it is sad because the independent anti-corruption bodies who are citizens like you are stabbing us in the back. And how are they stabbing us in the back? They're not doing their duty. They're not conducting their research. They'll conduct their research, but they'll not follow through on the case. They get paid along the way. And when they get paid along the way, they take the bribe. And what does that do? It opens a gateway. The gateway to financial theft of hell, where they steal.